everybody, welcome back to my workshop and welcome back to my garage. This is my first video for the Great Guitar Build Off this year. I am entered into the scratch build category, and what I'm doing is Gibson Firebird type guitar. I'm actually going to change a few things on it, and I'm actually naming this guitar the Firehawk. What this video is going to cover is basically getting the body blank done, getting the top glued on, and getting the initial shape cut out. I'm using a Bastogne walnut top on this. Came out really super nice. Really like the way that came out. And then a mahogany back. I've still got to do the final route on this. That'll be the next video where I actually do the final routes on this, get the neck pocket, and get all the routing done on the body. So basically this is going to be a 5-piece neck. It's a combination of canary on the outsides, flame maple strips, and then a padouk strip in the center. I've also got ebony veneer in between all of the joints on the wood, so that's going to come out really nice. Let's go ahead and get rolling and make some sawdust to show you how I did these few pieces. This is going to be the body for the Firehawk guitar. I've already went through, this is mahogany. I've thicknessed it down to 1.4 inches because I've got a top going on it that's 0.2 inches, and I want the total thickness to be right at 1.6. So this is just a little bit proud of 1.4. I have joined the edges, ran them through my planer, and I've got a good seam on both ways, top and bottom, with just a press fit in. Time to start gluing up the walnut top. Basically what I have here is Bastogne walnut. I got this from CJ Woods. It's got a really nice grain pattern on it, and that's going to look nice as the top of the guitar. I got all the edges straightened up on my shooting board using my smoothing plane because this is flamed as well, so a normal plane would kind of chunked it a little bit, so had to use more of a smoothing plane on it. But as you can see, it's got a really nice joint. It's coming out really nice. I think this is going to really look good on that guitar. So it's time to start gluing it up. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put some tape across it like this at the joints, at the seams, making sure that I pull everything tight and close together with it. And I will be lightly clamping this, so it'll help. That way what I can do is I can fold it like this, and now I'm just going to put the glue on the edges. Okay, we just want to get enough glue on here. I don't want a whole bunch of squeeze out on this because that'll just make more sanding on the top. So just smoothing this glue out. Making sure to leave enough on there till we get a good glue joint. Here's the top all glued up. This thing came out. It's going to look really nice. It's time to go ahead and get this top glued onto the body. I've got everything set up. I've drilled a couple index holes so I can align everything. Basically here right at the neck where it's going to be drilled out or routed out for the neck joint, and also in the bridge humbucker cavity I've went ahead and drilled guide pin holes. That way I can stick a toothpick down in there to line this up when it glues in. I've also got a piece of wood that I'll use to bridge the center. And then I've got clamps to go around the edges to get this top in. So let's go ahead and get it glued up. I'm getting ready to route the body smooth on the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my template. Basically all I do is just some masking tape. Be a little bit smaller because I'm going to be routing. So after attaching some tape to the body, I'm also going to attach some to the template. Make sure this is lining up where it's supposed to. Perfect. And just lay some super glue down on the tape. And then just line your template up. And then once you've got it lined up, and now we'll be taking it to the router. It's time to glue up the neck blank. What I've got for my neck and what I plan on using is I've got canary with the ebony veneer between that and then a piece of flame maple, another ebony veneer, and a piece of padouk. That's the center of the neck. Veneer, ebony veneer, and then another flame maple, then a veneer, and a canary. So what I've done so far is I've went ahead and clamped these together, and I've drilled a hole for alignment pins. These holes are going to be out of the way of the neck. That's going to be scrap material once the neck is done and profiled out. This will be cut off, one side will be cut off at the heel, the other side will be cut off at the headstock, because this is a tilt back neck on this, a tilt back headstock. So let's get to gluing. There we have it all clamped up. I'm just going to go ahead and give it some wipe down with some wet rags to get some of the glue off of it to make it a little bit neater. But it's all glued up. Tomorrow we can pull it out of the clamps and run it through the table saw and the belt sander to get everything lined up. So I'm ready to trace the neck profile out onto, or the neck shape out onto the neck blank. I've got the center line established on the blank. I've got my template laid on top, and I'm just going to trace the outline of it to where I kind of know what I've got. So I'm going to be altering the neck shape just a little bit when I route it out. Marking the nut line on the neck as well. I'll draw that straight across and I'll transfer it to the side. Preliminarily put what I can from the headstock on. I'm going to have to put wings, and this headstock's going to change a little bit anyway, so I just want to make sure I leave enough to cut. But there we go. There's the neck profile, or the neck shape shaped out on the neck, and it'll be ready to cut out soon. And here I'm just squaring off the nut line. I'm going to take this to the side as well. And then now that I've got my nut line established, I can go ahead and do the side. All right. There's the neck traced out, and it's going to be ready to cut soon. So that wraps up my first video in my Great Guitar Build-Off. Please, if you like what I'm doing, click like and subscribe. Take a look at the videos, take a look at some of the competition that's out there in the other builders. I have no illusions about winning the competition. I just want to get a couple votes to say, hey, that was a pretty nice guitar, and also to refine my processes a little bit as I move forward to actually start making guitars to sell. So until next time, thank you very much. Take care.